family? CTR Media Network. Yeah. Best in the biz. Yeah. Join the team. CTR is who we are, the media network, that's the best by far. Whether you listen at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above par. Never lasting, motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself, your health is here, we got it. Reaching 350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like-minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network. Start the show. CTR Media Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another amazing episode of CTR Media Network TV. I am your host, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and this podcast is all about where content meets impact and your voice truly matters. Today's episode is a masterclass in magnetic influence with not just one, but two powerhouses of performance and profit. First up, we have Justin Guarini, a multi-talented entertainment icon. You first met him on season 1 of American Idol. He's taken the stage in 7 Broadway shows and became a household name as Dr. Pepper's Unforgettable Little Sweet. And joining him is a powerhouse, Kim Walsh Phillips, a digital marketing legend and a 4-time best-selling author and the founder of Powerful Professionals, one of the fastest growing companies in America. She's been featured on Bravo and has helped thousands go from invisible to in demand. Together, they founded the Elite Speakers Network, and they're here to show you how to entertain your way to more impact and income. Whether you're a coach, a content creator, a speaker, or entrepreneur, this episode is packed with tools to turn your message, yes, I said it, turn your message into a movement. So let's go ahead and get right on in it with Justin and Kim. Welcome to the show.
Hey,
that intro is fire. Thank you for that.
Love that.
Oh, no. Well, I couldn't do it if you weren't doing the things now. You guys did all of this amazing stuff. And I feel like what you guys are doing right now is so important for the simple fact of the time that we're living in, where people are being more forthright with their voice. They want to know how to position themselves. They want to be able to take what they have done in the past and bring it to this digital landscape and how to make their voice really count. And so I'm excited that you guys are here because you're going to help us be able to speak our way to success. So with that being said, I'm going to start with Justin because many of people remember you from American Idol first season. We would have never thought that American Idol will still be going on right now and that you guys was the breakthrough season that actually laid the foundation to all the history that we see today. And I was one that voted for you, I might say, because Hunty, you did the thing. Okay. And so what I wanted to know is, so Justin, from American Idol stage, and now you have done Broadway to Brandon, how did your journey lead you to helping entrepreneurs grow through entertainment?
Well, I think really the through line with everything that I've been very blessed to do, whether it's American Idol, the Broadway shows, Dr. Pepper, voiceovers for Disney, all the stuff that I've done, the through line that really resonates with me, especially now that I get the opportunity to work with entrepreneurs, is a simple word: story. Story, 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 story. Every single thing that I've done, that I've been successful at, has a story attached to it. The story is the foundation of all of it. And so when you think about being on American Idol and singing on a stage in front of 30 million people, I'm up there telling a story, right? I might be singing Oleta Adams's words in Get Here, right? But that is a story. Songs are stories. Commercials are stories. Advertisements are stories. And so all throughout that, I've had the opportunity to hone my ability to tell a story, whether I do it with my voice singing, whether I do it with my voice speaking, with my face, with my body, with my emotions. And so all of that is to say, now what I love doing with Kim is helping to put my understanding of how to communicate your story, because everyone has a story, everyone's story matters, and everyone deserves to tell their story, because their story is not necessarily just for them.
Yeah.
There is service in telling your story. Your story can change someone's life. Your story can change someone's business. Your story can inspire someone to have a vision that they might not have thought they would otherwise have. And so that is how I came, a very, very oversimplified version of how I went from American Idol to now still being in the entertainment industry and doing all the things, singing with orchestras, working with Disney, but also having the immense pleasure of partnering with Kim Walsh Phillips.
I was waiting for the flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Where am I getting in there?
It's coming. It is coming. Yeah. And so I love working and working with entrepreneurs and saying, okay, how do we take this amazing copy, the amazing things that you do with entrepreneurs, Kim, and how do we pull out the story and make it resonate with the right people who are going to get it, who are going to then want to say yes.
And what Justin is so incredible at is using his decades of performance and taking those performance elements and adding it to someone's story in the way that he turns their performance into power, persuasion, and profits. Because it's really not, it doesn't matter the words that we say, it matters how we say them oftentimes. Because you could say the one little phrase of, hey, get over here. Hey, get over here. Hey, get over here. Those have two very different meanings. Right. So how we say it matters. And what's been amazing since we partnered is like unlocking that in people. Yeah. Sometimes it's just a little shift in their tone that he brings out, and it completely changes the way that an audience responds and the growth of their business.
That is so true. And so I want to piggyback on that a little bit, because many people are like, wait a minute now. Who is this beautiful young lady sitting beside Justin? And like I said before, this is Kim, and she is a powerhouse when we're talking about this new era of digital marketing. And so if you want to know about digital marketing, how to get yourself more visible, she is definitely the person to go to. So Kim, as one of the top voices in marketing, in this landscape of marketing, how did your passion for performance-based business come about?
I had always enjoyed performing, from being on, the stage in school to being on the speech team in college, but I never thought of it as a driver for my business until one day I was sitting at an event where there was a speaker on stage. I was exhausted. I was overwhelmed. And I didn't know how to be there for my kids more often. Like, I was really struggling. And I had the thought that many people have, like, I'm supposed to reach more people. And I didn't know how to do it because I was so busy working with my clients every day. And there was this speaker on stage, and at the end of his talk, he made an invitation for people to join a program. And I'm like, I'd never seen that happen before. And there was like 100 people that sprinted to the back of the room. He charged $1,500 for his program. That's how much I charged for 30 days of service for my clients. And I saw 100 people line up. I'm like, in 1 hour, he made 100 times what it takes me 30 days to make. I'm like, this is what I need to figure out how to do, because I could take what I know that can serve people that I've been doing one-on-one, and I could reach all these people at one time, helping a whole lot more people. And it really unlocked for me the opportunity to start to speak to sell, to start to do speeches on stages, and to reach a bunch of people and make invitations. And it changed my business forever. The first time I did it, I only had 32 people in the room, and I brought in over 6 figures in 1 hour. And I'm like, I'm never going back. And I put it led me to sell my first business. We grew it. It led me to start my next company, end up on the Inc. 5000 in less than 3 years, making me one of the top growing companies in the United States of America. And how Justin and I started working together during the pandemic. We were both on the app Clubhouse. We end up being on the same virtual stage. I invite him to be an MC for our virtual event. We start working together, and he's in the green room, like doing the exercises on the break. MCs are like goofing off. And I'm like, what are you working on? He's like, to grow my coaching. I was like, you have a coaching business? So he became a client. I started bringing him in to do performance coaching for our clients. And then eventually we started our business together. And it's been amazing to combine the power of copywriting, which is what I do, and marketing strategy with performance coaching. And we've empowered our clients to bring in millions of dollars of revenue by mastering the power of the stage with the right words to say and how to say them.
Oh, love it, love it, love it. And so it took you at that one event, you saw what this man did, and you was like, wait a minute now.
Yep.
What's going on now? Hold up. Let me use some simple math here. 1,500, 100.
Because isn't it that oftentimes the solution we've been looking for comes from a question we didn't even know to ask?
Like, exactly.
I didn't know that's what I was missing. I just thought I had to work harder. Like I just kept working harder and harder, but I was working on the wrong thing. Right. I had to see this new opportunity to understand that there was something else I could be doing entirely that could get the outcome I was looking for.
And you was already doing the thing, you just didn't know the right strategy at the time. And then you built the strategy, and now the rest is history. You and Justin doing what you do, you're helping other people actually duplicate what you guys, your blueprint or playbook, however you want to call it, of what you guys are doing and teaching us what to say. So with that being said, what is one of the biggest myths you see entrepreneurs believe about being entertaining in their business?
Again, I take that here, that they need to be someone other than who they are.
Yeah.
That they need to be some version of what they think the people want to see. Mm-hmm. And what's really interesting about our media landscape now is that anybody who has an internet connection can reach a massive audience. Yep. Can get on a cell phone almost anywhere in the world, certainly anywhere in our country here, and share a message. Yep. But it's what we really see is, think of all the extremely successful people. Just think of the most successful person that you idolize right now. Mm-hmm. As you're listening to this, think of it. Now, does everyone love that person? Are there people out there who dislike them strongly? Are there people out there who like them strongly? Yes. The answer is yes to both questions. And there's this thing that entrepreneurs have, that we're afraid that we're going to offend people, or that people aren't going to like us, or they're not going to like who we are. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the most powerful weapons that we can use in the fight to get our message out there, is being polarizing. By being so willing to go all in on who we are, as God created us, yep, in the way he created us to speak, to share our message, how we dress, how we wear our hair, all of that. The more willing we're willing to go all in on that, the more, and this is, we make no bones. We're believers, and we talk about. Me
too. So you can go ahead and say whatever you want to say.
Willing to go all in on who God created you to be and what he created you to say, the more God works through you to attract the exact right fit people into your world. Yeah. And so when we don't be who we are, when we try and cover that over with things that are not us, it actually weakens his ability to work through us. It weakens our message. It attracts the wrong people to the wrong thing. Yeah. And we end up not being able to actually fulfill our calling. And like you were saying, get in front of more people, grow our business, serve at the highest level, so that everyone, including ourselves, our business, but everyone we serve wins.
At the same time, though, it doesn't mean that the story that you're telling is necessarily the right story.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that storytelling is a learnable skill.
Yeah.
So it's not that you're either entertaining or you're not. Everybody can tell a story in an incredibly engaging, funny, wonderful, amazing way.
Yeah.
But what you need to decide first is, who are you trying to reach? Like, who is your right person? Not your right audience. You focus on one person. Like, if you were going to be on a plane ride for 3 hours with someone and you were going to coach them in 3 hours and you would look forward to it, would be amazing. Who's that person? That's your person. And then you think of, okay, where are they at in their life right now? Where could I take them? I need to tell a story that represents that journey. Because oftentimes when we start working with folks, they want to tell this story that's like a meaningful story, but it might be a story of this great trauma that they went through, but they're almost using speaking as like therapy versus persuasion. And we've all had that happen. You're like, where are you going with this? Like, you're telling me all these things, but to what end? So effective storytelling for the purpose of growing your business is different than effective storytelling that, like, in a poetry slam. We're looking at effective storytelling to take somebody who you want to work with, to show them the path where they are now to the outcome they could get and what it looks like to work with you. And often it will be your story, your transformation, what you went through, and that you could take them on that same way. But you need a little tiny tweak typically from the story you're telling to start making it a story that will make you some money and impact.
I love that. For the simple fact, you are so right. We get so caught up. I would say people get caught up in the details.
Yep.
And they don't stick to the main point. And then you grab them and then you lose them in trying to impress, like Justin said, being someone that you're not.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, Kim, get to the point. get to the point. What is the end goal? And so in particular, that's one thing that I even see as podcasters, not just if you are aspiring to be a speaker, but as a podcaster, you have to have some sort of ability to tell a story or be able to lead a conversation in a way that allow your guests to tell their story in the most authentic, real, relaxed way possible. Yeah. And so I feel that what you're doing is transcending, not just for speakers and entrepreneurs, but we need training as podcasters, because everybody's trying to get a mic now, but everybody not ready for a mic. And so I'm just like, okay, now, you need some training. So you guys, y'all need to talk with Kim and Justin about how to be a better speaker as a podcaster or a TV host. And so how can someone, like, once they realize, okay, I need some help, how can they balance their natural charisma and use that to help them drive sales without feeling fake or pushy? We worry about being that, okay, I'm going to say it, sleazy salesperson.
Yeah.
We worry about being that, oh, I don't want people to be like, oh, she's so salesy. So how can we do that?
Well, let me ask you a question. If I was to say to you, I have an invitation that I created exclusively for you, there's something that I just want to invite you to, do you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that sounds very different. Like, I have something to sell. Do you want to buy my product? When we give people invitations that they ask for, it's no longer feeling like we're forcing them to buy something that's only going to serve us. We're giving them an invitation they're asking for. So literally, here's a big hack that you can use. In the beginning of your talk, you're going to say, hey, you're probably wondering, am I going to be offering you something at this end of this presentation? And of course I'm going to. I'm not going to disappoint you with that. But I'm only going to make you an invitation if you want it. So you're going to be in complete control. At the end of this content, I'm going to tell you, hey, I have an invitation for you. And at that point, you're going to be able to decide, can I present it to you? If I've given you enough value at that point, the answer is yes. And if I haven't, the answer will be no. And we're good either way. Then when you get to that point in your presentation, you're going to say, have I offered you enough value at this point to make you an invitation? Would you like the invitation that I have for you right now? Now your chat or in the audience, they'll raise their hand and say yes. In a Zoom, they'll put the answer in the chat, yes. Now you don't feel like you're like pushing something on them. They just asked you to invite them. It's a very different adult to adult conversation. And now we're working with them, fulfilling a desire versus pushing something on them that we feel like is just about us.
Yeah. And that's so beautiful because you just take the pressure off of it. And to go back to something that you said, which is so common, the idea, or let's just say the story of the sleazy salesman. That's something that from day one, you get pushed in movies, in television. Who are the evil people?
Scrooge.
Usually the rich people.
The rich guy.
Sleazy car salesman. Sales is like the boiler room, and everybody's just trying to get money and all this stuff. And when we step back and we really take a look at sales, and this is like a huge hack and a huge advantage for everyone who's watching, listening. The majority of people feel about sales like it's a horrible, awful thing. But I'm going to let you in on a secret that is going to completely shift and change the game for you and set you apart from most people. Sales is not sleazy. Sales is service. Why? Okay. Think about whatever you're watching or listening to this on. It's a device. Somebody had to sell the land to the people who got sold all the machinery to dig in that land to get the minerals or whatever that makes the chips that went to the factory. Somebody sold it to the factory. Somebody sold the plastics. Somebody sold this to sell this, all this. Somebody sold a whole bunch of things and then sold it to somebody else who put it all together, who then sold it to somebody who sold it to you, so that you could have a communication with anybody around the world, so that you can be in touch with the ones that you love, so that you could capture the memories, so that you could learn and educate yourself and be more powerful than any person at any point in history. Think about it. We have access to more information than at any other time in history. And why? Because somebody served someone else by selling them something. And so at the end of the day, when you realize, okay, sales is service, then people go, oh yeah, but I got to make that invitation. And what if they say no? Well, guess what? Here's the second part. Your objective in sales is not to get someone to say yes.
Right.
Why? Because when we have that, it's like, and give me a great example here, when we're trying to get someone to say yes, it feels, that's that icky feeling.
Oh, it's like when in a dating thing, it's like the person that texts you every 5 minutes. You're like, that's it. That's the ick, right? But like you get the text and it's like 2 hours later, you're like,
okay,
all right,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
But that's like, so if they say no, you don't go further towards them. If we say, do you want to, should we give you the invitation right now and no one's in the chat? We literally will do what's called the pullback offer and say, oh, cool. That's really great. I'm very hungry. I'm going to go get some lunch. We don't need to do that. And then they're like, no, please give it. Because when you start backing away, they come towards you. Right. We think of sales as something totally different than normal human communication. But there was a sale for us being on this podcast. You asked us if we wanted to be on the show. Yeah. That is you making a sale, right? There's a sale with my kids when I'm like, come to the table and sit here without your device. I'm convincing them to do something. We're making invitations all day long for people, and it's just the way we communicate at that moment that makes it happen.
So to wrap up this part about sales, it is not, you don't want to get someone to say yes. That's not the objective of selling them something. You want them to make a decision. Hey, if it's yes, great. We're going to work together. We're going to get you the outcome that we've gotten for so many other people. It's going to be great. We're going to have so much fun. Hey, if it's a no, I wish you all the best. I really, truly hope that you find someone, a product or service, someone who can help you with this problem. And I really, truly believe that you can. And guess what? If you change your mind, I'll be here.
I love the no pressure. I love the no pressure sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
You took sales and made it into just a simple conversation that you would have with just anyone. I mean, who you with the invitation, you put the ball in their playing field.
Mhm.
You give them the option and you relinquish the control to them.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, sales can be a push play. Who gonna direct the conversation? And when you gave the authority, if you was doing that to me,
Mhm.
you gave it to me, then I feel like, okay, well, I'm navigating the boat. Okay, well, I do want to go see what you have to offer. And so I love the way that you guys explained it and took us on a journey. And also debuff what media in general has created this little creepy guy that want to sell you everything that's sleazy. Like, I was like, well, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna be totally 100. The sleazy, but we have really been conditioned to feel like sales is wrong,
Mhm.
and to sell is wrong. But like you said, we're all being sold every single day.
Yeah.
Like, we're all being sold every single day. So the next thing is, so you're helping us with getting over this fear and changing our mindset on what sales is and what it isn't. We do have people that feel very awkward. They have a powerful story, powerful service, or product or a podcast, but they are very awkward in front of the camera. They're afraid to be in the spotlight. So what would you say to them? What should they do?
Do you want to take it?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I would say that if you feel awkward, if you feel nervous in front of the camera, on stage, in the spotlight,
Mhm.
congratulations.
Yeah.
You're a human being. There is no one of success, of power, of all the things you idolize that we have worked with who does not feel that way at some point.
Mhm.
It just is the way it is. If you care about what it is that you do, what it is, your story, if you care about what other people are going to think about you, which most people do, then you're going to feel this energy inside you that many people interpret as nerves, fear, a sense of unworthiness, imposter syndrome. The list could go on and on. But here's the difference. Being confident on camera, being confident on a podcast, being confident in the spotlight is a learnable skill that anyone can accomplish. And one of the foundational principles of accomplishing that thing is recognizing the simple distinction between that successful people make and unsuccessful people make when it comes to being on the stage and feeling those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Unsuccessful people, or people who are not able to get their story out, aren't able to grow their business via the awesome power of being on the stage, interpret that feeling, the sweaty palms, the racing heartbeat, all that stuff, as nerves, fear, something they should run away from. Now, on the other hand, people who are successful, who grow their business via the power of the stage, who tell great stories, who love the spotlight, or at least can stand the spotlight,
Mhm.
they recognize those feelings as excitement, that they care, that it's energy, and that they take that and they use it as fuel to go out and to be 100
Mhm.
of themselves. And and it is simple to walk out to center stage and say, feel all those feelings and say, you know what, everybody, I am so nervous right now. This means so much to me. I got a great story I want to share with you. I know that it's going to make an impact. It changed my life. I know it's going to change your life. And I'm really feeling it right now. But even though I'm nervous, we're in this together. Let's go. Your audience will love you for that. And what are you doing? You're stepping out there, just being completely honest and talking about how you feel. It takes the air out of the balloon, the situation inside of you. It lets the audience know you're human. It lets them see themselves in you. It's like, boom, instant connection. And you don't have to be anybody else. You don't have to think or try and change your feelings. It's just a matter of how you route the energy and then how you use it as fuel to make that connection with the audience.
That's great. Kim, when I think about everything that you do in your expertise in the digital marketing space, how can we as entrepreneurs leverage these digital platforms, because there's so many at this point, to create that what you call the entertainment experience that in essence what you speak about that drives revenue?
It's so interesting because we do these things in real life, right? And then we get stuck when it comes to getting them online. But if you think about the last time you told a friend a story and you made them laugh, you know you're entertaining, right? If you ever told someone a story, you made them laugh or made them tear up or made them say, you can tell an engaging, empowering story. So I have a 3-line formula you can use that works every single time. You start your video like this. Do you want, ask a question, then you're going to give a tip or solution. You're going to include a story around it, and then you have a call to action. That's it. That could be your format you use for every video, every podcast, every post, every email. Ask a question, give a tip, tell a story, call to action. And if you just do that and you get to a point of practice that you feel like when you're talking to camera, you're talking to a friend, that's when that your actual authentic self comes through, and you'll never feel like you're trying to be somebody else. You're just like, you want to get to a point of you feel like you're talking to your bestie as you're telling a story. That's going to resonate with your audience.
I agree. And I love that you gave us just 3 tips, because anything past 3, we were like, wait a minute, what was the 4th tip?
I can't write that down right now. Yeah, I hear that.
Like, wait a minute, so you made it really, really simple for us. So I really, really appreciate that. And so when I'm thinking about what you guys are doing for speakers, what made you guys decide to come together to build this platform, the Elite Speakers Network? What actually does it do?
It's kind of crazy story. So we were working together with him emceeing. I was invited to be on the Bravo show, Below Deck Sailing. And invited on that show, I brought Justin on as one of my guests. And we're on the boat, and we did something that no guest has ever done. We start coaching all of the crew of Below Deck. And we coach them on their performance and their purpose and their message and their story, all the things we're talking to you about. We end up actually getting Captain Glenn Shepard, as he wants to work with us as a client in a business we don't yet have together. And a producer came to us and said, you guys do this? You should. And we're like, I guess so. So we go from that to saying, let's just try like running a little workshop together. Yeah. And it went so well. And our clients started asking for it. They were like, we kept doing more and more workshops. And then both of us made a decision. It was like that God moment of, we're actually letting go of the other businesses we were working on and going all in on this. And it's been amazing. We coach entrepreneurs on how to leverage the power of speaking to grow their business. And we get to work with incredible entrepreneurs who have amazing stories and have been able to multiply the number of clients they bring in one stage. It's been unbelievably fulfilling and one heck of a good time.
When you say leverage the stage, we hear leverage used in many different parts of the industry. But what exactly does that mean for an entrepreneur? Because, we have those entrepreneurs as well as podcast and TV hosts, because we have a diverse audience here at CTR Media Network TV. I tell them all the time, I'm not the expert like you guys are with the speaking, because that's your niche. But I tell them all the time, you need to be on stage. Podcasters, you need to stop being so comfortable just speaking behind your own mic. You need to get behind other people's mics. You need to get on other people's stages. Yeah. Entrepreneurs, I know you have products and services, but you just don't need to be online. You just don't need to go be a vendor at an event. Those are good, but you need to start speaking on stage. And they look at me like, no. So, am I wrong for telling them they need to learn to be on stage and speak and tell about their products, and then it's not selling, it's storytelling, and people will be able to connect with them authentically and faster? Because I use the stage all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. We love to say we leverage OPS, which is other people's stages. Why? Because other people have built an audience, have built a list, have people who are waiting to hear your message. That is the power of the stage. And the stage isn't just the one that you walk on and you speak to people. The stage is the CTR Media Network, the things we're doing right now, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a magazine, whether it's a virtual thing, their radio, news media, social media, like all of it, there is someone who has built an audience, done all the hard work. You just have to make an invitation to that person and say, hey, look, I've got this message, this product or service that aligns with you. And I think your audience would benefit from it because as you no doubt know, as we know, when you have a stage, meaning it's like your stage, you're constantly looking for content, people to come in to serve your audience, right? Well, hello, there's an untold number of people who are doing that. In every niche you could possibly imagine. So all the people you're telling you got to get on stage, it is such a perfect way of putting it because there's an audience out there waiting for you. You just need to make the right invitation to the right person so that you can get in front of a whole bunch of the right people and just deliver your message without having to do all the work of gathering them so they can listen, right? Absolutely. So powerful.
So Kim, you wanted to add to that? Because I hear you saying, yeah. And I know that you're the digital marketing queen over there. She's sitting quiet, but I know she has something to say.
Who do you think I learned it from?
Yeah, but I mean, the way you're going to start, if you've never done this before, find opportunities in your own community for places that are looking for speakers. There's oftentimes networking groups where you can do a 2-minute introduction at the beginning of the session and get to know people that way and practice doing it. You can go to your local Toastmasters to get more comfortable. You can go to the Rotary Club and give a speech or the chamber. Start local, and then you can, if you get a local speaking gig, maybe you get 10 or 15-minute spot that they want to have content. Go to a great website called Thumbtack, like the thumbtack you put in a corkboard, and hire a videographer to come film you doing it. They'll film you giving that small talk and then use that video clip to then go after some bigger stages. Maybe there's stages in your industry you can go after, or there's a panel that you can speak on. The only way that stops people is that they don't start. They think, I want to go from here to Madison Square Garden. And they don't know that there are all these steps. Everybody who's spoken on that stage has had many steps before it. Start right now at the stages you have access to. Go to your LinkedIn profile, connect, look at what your connections have access to. Ask them if they know of any opportunity for you to be on a panel, do an introduction, go to a networking event. Start there and begin to open up opportunities for you to speak. When you do, the second you get on that stage, you're now the industry expert. People see you as the go-to person. It's the fastest path to leading the brand of your industry.
And you just mentioned something called Toastmasters. And for those people who are not familiar with Toastmasters, could you explain that a little bit? What that is?
It's an association that really empowers people to get more comfortable speaking. And they do different exercises, workshops, competitions. And it's a really great thing for people to go to if they're really nervous about speaking. If you're someone who's looking to get more connected to the speaker community of your town, the National Speakers Association has local chapters that you could join. And then for ongoing online coaching and support, that's what we do inside our Elite Speakers Network. We're an online coaching group that gets together every week, and we share tips and strategies on the words to say and how to say them in order to get on the stage and grow your business.
Wow. And I love the part what you said, that it actually helps expedite you when you go from speaking on the stage. Like when you go on the stage, that creates you as the expert in that moment, because anybody that's on the stage, if you go to an event, you're going to pay attention to them more than everyone that's in the audience, even though you're going to network, shake some hands, give out some cards, business cards, but you're really looking at the people that are speaking on the stage. And you're right, it's instant authority. Right. And so let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. And you are the expert. It's two sides of the speaking on the stage. It's what they call on one side where you're paid to play. And then it's this other side where you have built earned media. So could you just break down this? Because what I tell people, if no one knows who you are, if you're not Googleable, you don't exist. You might be alive in the physical, but they don't know about you in these streets. Mm-hmm. So sometime you have to go in, and the opportunity is, okay, you have access to the stage, but this is the investment. Do you agree or disagree? Should that be something that they do or they shouldn't do?
We absolutely support sponsoring stages. Sure. We are all for it, especially if you're allowed to make an invitation from the stage if you pay to do it. But here's the little caveat in that. You should never invest to speak on a stage before you have a proven message and invitation. You need to prove your message and your invitation that it works, because you don't want to be spending money on something you don't know that works, because now you're testing two things, your message and offer and the event. And now we don't know if they're a good fit or not. So what you do instead is you create your talk, you create your invitation, and then invite people to come on and hear it virtually via Zoom. See if you can get people to resonate with your message, get comfortable with the camera, get comfortable with the way you tell the story, convert those individuals into purchases and clients. If you can do that outside of the event, now you have a product, program, or service that you can share from the stage. By all means, go and pay, because now you're not paying, you're investing, and you will get an ROI every single time you speak. Here's the thing, though. Most people want an easy button. They don't want to do that. They're like, I don't want to ask people to come to my talk. I don't want to practice my speech. Well, then go ahead and set your money on fire, because you're going to get warmth from it, but versus just paying for an event before you have a proven message.
You know what? You just let me drop something. I can't drop my mic because I'm using it, but let me drop this pen on your behalf. Because literally you have just explained when you should pay, when you shouldn't pay, but you did it in such a way. I love the way you explained it, because a lot of people want to go and, like you said, burn their money. They don't know they're doing this. They're paying to be on these stages, but they don't have a strategy. Right. And then get upset when no one buys or opt into their offer. But if you didn't put in the work in order to make it so that people can understand it and be able to guide and execute whatever it is you want them to execute, then why are you doing it?
Right. And it's usually for ego, and that's okay. Like, literally, then just own that. I am not doing this to grow my business. I am not doing this to make more money. I am doing it because I always wanted to be on a stage. If that's you, then go do it. Like, spend the money that way. But if you're actually doing this because you want to impact people and generate clients, then you've got to make sure it works before you do that.
Love it, love it. And I love that you gave us simple. Boy, you are the 1, 2, 3 queen, because you ain't giving us nothing past no 3. I love you ain't giving us anything past 3. I'm going to give you a nickname. Listen, like, I am loving it, because at the end of the day, we need simplicity so that we can execute what you are saying. But eventually, once you start building your name out there, people are going to start inviting you to be on these stages. And that's what you guys, you're able to start getting people to that point where they have their signature speech, where they know how to move a room and how to navigate the nuances of the room, and eventually possibly be able to monetize it in the way of people paying you to come speak on their stage. Because it is a flip side. You might start paying to play, but if you do it right, then it flips to them paying you to speak. Well,
and you get to do both. So what's really cool about it, let me just give you one example of an event that we did. We got paid $15,000 to give a keynote. The event organizer allowed us to make an invitation from the stage. We got $15K to be there plus travel. We made $165,000 in 1 hour. And then those clients who were brand new to our business, within 6 months, we generated $1.2 million in revenue. And we got to, while only 23 of them became our clients, we got to impact 100% of the room. There is literally no greater industry in the world that you can go be entertaining, have a heck of a good time, travel, make money, and impact an entire audience. It's the best industry there is.
And it don't even take that long.
Right.
Like what? Okay, now I had something else I wanted to say, but now you just got me like, y'all tell us how these people could get with y'all, like, really? I mean, you just messed up my whole flow of questions. Like, when you said that, I'm like, forget that. Listen, how can they get in contact with you? Like, what's your program? Because I know you have to have something that you're doing to actually help them. And then I'll ask my next thing that I want to ask. But how can they, like, get with you with this? Because you said it's online. So I love it because it don't matter what four corners of the earth you on. Don't you got old strong Wi-Fi? You can go ahead and get on into your situation over there. So tell us more about the Elite Speakers Network, how they can participate. Do you have...
We have a free gift. We have a gift that's going to give you the exact speech structure that you need to take people through your story and want to give you money. They're going to be throwing their card. Just tell me, like, you, the best thing, I know you've had this happen. People lined up in the back of the room with a credit card in hand, say, I don't know what you're selling, but I'm going to buy it. That's what this does. And it's called our $1 Million Talk Template. And you can snag a copy of it at milliontalktemplate.com. That's milliontalktemplate.com. When you do that, you're not only going to get this incredible free guide and course, but you're going to be a part of our community. And then you'll get an invitation to our Facebook group that is just for speakers who are making money speaking on the stage. You're going to be able to get that as well.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let me compose myself. I'm the professional. Okay. All right. That is absolutely amazing. So you guys remember to go there and get that freebie and also be a part of their community. And like when we're thinking about the entertainment world, and how it's actually transcending in entrepreneurship, how do you both see the future? This is for both of you guys. How do you both see the future of entertainment intersecting with the digital marketing, and what trends should we be looking out for as entrepreneurs? And, or, you know, I'm always talking about podcasting because I am a podcaster. So what can we foresee? What should we be looking for?
Well, I think entertainment and information have already merged. I mean, and it doesn't matter what news channel you watch, it's infotainment. My mom was one of the first anchor women on CNN. And back then, you read the news, you didn't have an opinion about it, you read it, it was what it was. You read people were, I mean, obviously there's always a slant depending on what channel you watch, right? But now it is all infotainment. So what I think, and it's happening, but anyone is going to be able to have their own platform. I mean, it already is the case, right? Whether you talk about TikTok, like the power is so in the hands of the people who are willing to do the work, to consistently put out a message and show up and deliver that message and continue to define it and refine it. And I mean, we're in cell phones right here, but I think the future is going to be wearables like the glasses, and things that are going to be even more unique ways to show, I mean, literally sometimes with the glasses, your perspective on the world.
Yeah. And I mean, if we look at it, what is the number one show on television right now? It's Love Island.
Yeah.
And why is Love Island the number one television show in the world? Because it's got the smartest writing on it? No. Because it has the most talented performers that the world has ever seen? No. It's because they are telling stories. And they've included the audience in the storytelling by allowing them to control some of the outcomes. It already is happening. It's getting, if they have an app, they have people vote, they have the social media channels. People feel part of the story. And so if we look at that from a linear TV perspective, they've absolutely transcended from linear to digital. That is where the future is going, giving your audience more ability to be part of the story making. And that's how you get them not only invested in watching, but in the outcome. They get to a point where they share it with their friends and family that you feel like you're missing out if you're not watching. That's what you want your story to be like as well.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And we can benefit from that as entrepreneurs or content creators in general.
Yeah.
So if there's one takeaway you want entrepreneurs or content creators to take away, or public speakers, because we have public speakers watching this as well, to have from this conversation that we had today about entertaining your way to more impact and income, what would it be?
Wow. If there's one
Takeaway.
yeah. I would say that you have a story.
Mm-hmm.
Your story matters. Your story is something that can serve. Your story is something that can change someone's life, not just your life by telling it, by getting it out there, by processing and understanding it, but by sharing it. Mm-hmm. And your story has the power to take you anywhere you want to go, give you anything you want to have, help whomever you want to help, if you're just willing to show up and tell it.
And I would say, that was so beautiful. And what I would say is God gave us things that we like to do as discernment. That's what we're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So if you have a calling in your heart to start a podcast, go on a stage, start getting on video, and you feel that desire, that's not an accident. That's your God-given calling. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know how to do it yet, doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're not supposed to. It just means you have to figure out a blueprint. And the fastest way to get it done is to find somebody who's already done it, get a copy of their blueprint and follow their pathway, and you will literally be fulfilling the purpose you've been put on this earth to do.
Well, you guys, Justin, Kim, thank you so much for being a featured guest on our show today and giving so many tips, strategies, and nuances that made us laugh, that made us think, and also I feel like to motivate us for the ones that's on the fence about, like you said, that nudge, Kim, that you have. You've been thinking about a podcast. You've been thinking about becoming a speaker, but you just don't know how, right? And you guys gave so much value in this particular episode that I feel like you're going to motivate exactly CTR Nation over here to finally take that leap of faith and do whatever it is that they're really put on this earth to do. And I want to encourage everyone to go and check Justin and Kim out with what they are doing with speakers, because you just don't need to be grabbing a mic and just talking. You need to build up that skill and a strategy. I know sometimes you just want to grab the mic and just ad lib, but the ones who are really making a lasting impact that is both serving people and also impacting their lives as well is one who have a strategy. They have a system of operation. And once you get that, that's where you can change not only your life, but people's life in general. I say for the long haul, because you're creating this content. So again, where can they find you? Where do you want people to go to find you guys, your business, and what you're doing before we go? Because I want to make sure it's clear that they know where they can go.
Yeah, so on all the social medias, we're under our names. So Justin Guarini, and I'm the Kim Walsh Phillips. And you get the free gift at milliontalktemplate.com. That's milliontalktemplate.com.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show and giving us all these tips and strategies. This is definitely an episode that you guys need to rewatch and write some notes and get something to eat and pause and write and listen and write and reach out. Don't just watch. Take action. Yeah. Okay, we want to be action takers. So thank you so much again, you guys. You have definitely learned the Speak and Grow Rich formula by none other than Kim and Justin. They definitely gave us these tips and strategies on how to generate impact and income and grow your business from the stage. If you are a person that's a little nervous about being on the stage, clearly you see Justin and Kim has the blueprint. So go over there and check them out. And once you do, let me know, because I want to see your signature speech, okay? I want to know. So thank Thank you guys so much for that. Well, October, yes, you guys finally have me coming to do an event in my home city, Columbia, South Carolina, October the 11th for the Media and Wealth Summit, where we're collaborating with other business owners in order to help you in this media landscape and also how to build personal and also business wealth. I'm not there by myself. We have amazing speakers and panelists that's going to be here. So if you are a business and you would like to sponsor this particular event, you can definitely come sponsor, as well as we have a few vendor tables left, as well as some tickets that are left. So go ahead and get your ticket right now by going to CTRMediaNetwork.com. Last but surely not least is that you can watch us on all social media platforms, including podcasting platforms, but most importantly, you can watch us on the TV. So whichever one you prefer, whether it's Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, iOS app, or Google Play, baby, you can download us for free $99. Yes, we ain't charging you nothing. No gatekeeping over here. Download the app for free by scanning me. Go ahead and touch that screen, scan me, baby. And you won't hurt me. Go ahead and scan me right now so that you can go ahead and watch Justin and Kim's interview over and over again, along with all the other amazing podcasters that are currently on our platform, with more to come right now at CTR Media Network. If no one told you today that you matter, I want you to know that you matter. If you don't feel worthy, I want you to know that you are worthy. And I want you to know that whatever God put in your heart to do, you can do it. But you need to be with people who already know how to do what you need to do. And this episode was all about that. So again, thank you to our guests, and we will see you next week. Same time, same place. Talk to you later. Bye. Have you heard about Book Authority's best new podcasting book winner, which is Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, for her book, The Power of Podcasting, Unlocking Tips and Strategies for Podcasting Success. This book is your podcasting coach in a book. She is sharing so many strategies. This book reached #1 twice on Amazon for new release and best-selling book. So go ahead to CTRMediaNetwork.com to purchase your copy today, or simply place your order on Amazon.com today and unleash the power of podcasting. CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to CTRMediaNetwork.com.